What is going on, Roland Empire here, you guys, to give you another video. This time a review for Bumblebee. Do I have to describe Bumblebee, what that is, where it comes from, what line of product this franchise is? Comes from the big Transformers universe, headlined by Optimus Prime and Megatron. And now, after so many years of Transformers movies being movies, or basically movies and stuff, like, okay, I will have to say I had a lot of fun with the first one. That's not saying much. That's been saying a lot from a lot of people, and here and there, there's those people that love the franchise, and others that you're just like they're okay, and others are just garbage, and then the others are like, I like the even ones, or I like the odd ones, stuff like that. For me, as just generalization of what I think of the franchise, I like the property. Okay, I like what they had with the figures and the shows, and then the movies. But then the movies, yeah, they could have been so much better, and now they worked it with. They're gonna be like, we're gonna use Bumblebee now and bring him a story, and there's a lot of the elements are still gonna be part of this one too. Does it make it? Does it change it? What's the point? Is this all the same kind of thing? And it's an interesting take. Where like, wow, you would think maybe make it Prime, or I don't know, maybe tell some story of Megatron out that you know villains and heroes, all that. The villains and heroes nowadays is just, that's the hot trend. But no, they went with the trusty sidekick, the partner, and give that one a spin. And with the way trailers made it look out to be, and the way the style was going to be presented, does it live up and all that? And honestly, for me, this is the Transformers movie I wanted. This is what I crave. Okay, still, I've heard both sides. I've heard the negative sides that it could be still better than the Transformers, but still a lot of like the cheesiness, the campiness is still there. At this point, you gotta take what you can get. It's like, it almost feels like it's a part of the lore. But for me, the way I just enjoyed the movie, the way it was so refreshing, I liked that there was a beating heart to this freaking story, where it was a nice take where now we get more of the Transformers world, how it introduces us, how we have a reason why we're with the humans and all that. The humans still get influence into the story. But even that, it's like, wow, you really care. It doesn't matter if it's beat by beat 101 cliche kind of thing, things that are predictable. It was enough to be like, geez, at least for this franchise, it definitely needed. Still, it doesn't take away that some performances, could be better. There's still stuff that they're like, okay, that acting could have been better. But some of the stuff, too, you know what you're watching in a movie, and you'll take it. As long as, there is some kind of serious matter. I felt that with this, okay? I felt good to see that finally in a movie like this. And hey, I'm a sucker for like the themes they had, the whole the soundtracks and the story layers and all that, and just the seeing just the main character involve herself with the family, and then with her friend. He was really fun. He was very likable. Yeah, like I said, it's so like, man, well, what kind of, like, the acting is aware. It felt very like they were taking themselves serious enough but be aware what kind of film they are, and I like that. Okay, this is a good feel movie. I really like the tone, just sprinkled the way it was. The action really paid off. I like that there was enough where, like, okay, the action really felt like, it took its time. Like, seriously, it measured, like, scene by scene, the way how everything should have been taken. And I'm like, dude, seriously, so much. I was like, where was this? I'm glad I have this now. It was so refreshing just to see just a movie have a wonderful story. Just have some kind of, serious story, where it was nice to be like seeing so much of the elements. Okay, just seeing Cybertron, seeing Earth, seeing the Autobots, seeing the humans, just seeing how, like, it was more balanced, where, like, okay, when the Transformers kick in, that's what you want, that's what you want to see, that's all fun. But then when we have the human elements of the story, it's enough to be like, okay, they felt believable, they felt realistic. Okay, and it's just odd now. It's just interesting to see that. I'm like, yes, okay, it, like, a lot of movies take influence of one another. This movie takes influence of that movie. This movie had a lot of influences, but I like that it was still centered where, it respected the property, and it knew what kind of story at least it was, to kind of give it life again, give it life, and just, have a good place, at least for this particular movie, for the kind of like franchise people wanted. I had a good time. It was a really fun movie. I'm gonna have to give Bumblebee a B plus. Let me know, guys, what you thought of this movie. You know, I understand really this movie was just like it still had so much of the campiness, but I also understand like the story though. It was at least more grounded. It felt really real. You know, it's just it sides with one or the other. You know, did you hate it? Did you love it? You know, it's not like unanimous, but I hope it's like unanimous enough that people are like, okay, yeah, at least this one took itself a little bit more serious in that kind of way. So all this in the comments below, and as always, roll on Empire, laugh, smile, repeat.